The Struggling Artist Record Club is a vinyl record subscription service where I hunt and curate the best punk and punk-adjacent music out there and mail their record to your door each and every month. Imagine finding your new favorite band from across the country without ever having to leave the house. It doesn't get much better than that. The excitement of discovering new music just got that much easier. As a member of the Struggling Artist Record Club, you are going to receive some of the best music you've ever heard from bands you may never even heard of. Whether you've been collecting records for years or just starting out, the Struggling Artist Record Club is designed specifically for you. And right now, all new members get a Struggling Artist Record Club exclusive along with the monthly selection. So head to StrugglingArtistRecordClub.com, pick a membership, and start building that collection today. All right, welcome to the Struggling Artist Record Club recap for, this is for February of 2025. February. I screw this up so much. Even with like the turntables, I'm always screwing. I said January. That was our trailer was the blooper reel of me saying January.
Yeah, I saw that. That was funny.
We missed you, man. We missed you during that.
Oh, dude, I missed you guys too.
I hope we gave your albums justice.
Yeah, dude, I've listened to half the episode, so I haven't heard the X Factor yet, but I saw the video clip of you guys really getting into the Jesus Christ muscle car.
Oh, dude, yeah. Yeah, and let me tell you, because of, I guess I spoke very, very well of your local too, because I booked nine layers deep.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
I recorded with them the day after the show here.
Yeah, nice. Yeah.
I was like, it's got to be at night because I'm probably going to be hungover a little bit. Oh, man. Yeah.
That's sweet, dude. Awesome. I can't wait to hear that episode.
Yeah, it should be fun. Are you mad that I booked them before you?
I'm a little upset,
no.
but that's a future chopping it up episode, dude. That's the future episode where. No, I'm just kidding.
Where you quit everything. You're I'm done with you. You're stealing my bands.
No, dude. No, I'm very happy that you got them on. Listen, your show is already really established. Mine's still somewhat of a newer show. I haven't even hit a year yet with my show.
Yeah, but
so you have an established listener base. I feel like you have a wider range listener base.
Wider,
like wide.
Wider. I was like, hold on, buddy.
So with that said, I feel like anybody that you can book from our area, I'm proud to the fact that you book them. So that's awesome, dude, because it's a dope band. They're a dope band, and they definitely need to have people listening to them and checking them out.
Yeah, I was a fan of them, dude. I was a fan of it. So yeah. So we're here to talk about the record for February for the Record Club. I guess I'll kick it off. Well, we'll say what it is. It was Gossip Collar's debut LP, Spinning Silk for Parasites. Now, if you're familiar with the podcast, you've heard me talk about this album before, right? It was on my best of list for 2024.
Mm-hmm.
It was a pick for a turntable episode back when they only had 2 singles, and I'm pretty sure I brought their EP prior to that, or maybe I just mentioned it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we're gonna get into the readout here for this album, friends. I am so excited for all of you to hear this one. Gossip Collar's debut LP, Spinning Silk for Parasites, is one of my best 2020. Right. I should not. I'm just saying the same thing. Is on my best of 2024 list as well. This band blends spooky goth-like synths you can dance to with punk rock melodies and lyrics. Is this post-punk? I have no idea, but I like it a lot. Gossip Collar is made up of former members of Boston punk band Secret Hearts and the Showcase Showdown. And there's another one, Spitz, I think, is the other band, too. This one is weird in the best way possible. Strap in and don't forget to set your speed to 45. Now, I've been having to whenever I know that, I have to say it now.
Because of course, because you don't want people going like, this is a weird-sounding band. You know what I mean?
But already weird, like, to a synthy kind of, yeah. So, I know people have hit me up before and they're like, is this 45 or 33 for a different album? And I'm like,
Yeah.
it's 45. And they're like, all right, they need to put that on. I'm like, I know. People should put that on there, but they don't. You know?
Yeah.
There's been plenty of times where I've done it and I'm like, what's wrong with this? Like, it was before I really understood it. You know what I mean? Like in the early days, you know? So,
yeah, for sure.
let's see. I don't know. Just from the newsroom, I talk about how No Norm's Record, which is who put out the Gossip Collar LP. I grabbed a run of 7 inches from a power pop band called Power Pop / Garage Rock band called The Ingrates for everyone. There was a golden ticket. It was a Rancid cover compilation called And Out Come the Lawsuits.
Nice.
Yeah, and I just ask for people to show their pics on Instagram with the hashtag Struggling Artist Record Club, which is super long, so I understand why no one does it. And to send us reviews and the hotline 774-570-1552 if you want to text or leave a voicemail.
Dude, there's somebody on their treadmill listening to this episode going, why did he speed through that number? I can't write it down fast enough.
774-570-1552.
Beautiful.
All right, cool.
I love it.
So we have a. I gotta ask you first before we do this. Did I go too far? Is this record too much? Did I dive too far into adjacent with this one? I just think this thing was so good, everyone needed to hear it. To be honest with you,
so that means I'm gonna give my thoughts on it now. Because I'd be giving my thoughts as to what this album is.
No, just give me a yes or a no.
Okay, just a straight up yes or no.
Yeah, and then we'll get into
no.
thoughts after Dave. Okay, good.
I don't think so.
All right, good.
Me
good.
personally, in my tastes, do not think so.
All right, cool. All right, I've got a lengthy review from Dave.
Dave's not here.
Thank you. Let's see. I feel like I need more light. Hold on, let me just. There we go. All right. Just so I can read this because I'm old and I don't have my glasses. All right.
Here we go.
The year was
strapping in.
The year was 1891 when Victoria set off for the night market. She didn't have any particular item she needed to purchase, but it was the most exciting place to be in Boston on a Saturday night, so she was excited. Countless vendors had set up their tables selling everything from shrunken monkey heads to mood-enhancing potions. Okay?
Here we go.
There were precedent rumors regarding specific vendors to avoid, as some were rumored to engage in the dark arts. Victoria had always regarded these warnings with gravity. What? Okay, regarded these warnings with gravity. However, tonight was an exception. Having indulged in wine through the afternoon, she found herself not walking past Dorchester Ave, where the dubious vendors set up their stalls, but rather drawn towards it. All right. Fiction. Right? All right.
I don't know, man, because, I mean, he said it's in Boston, right?
Yes, and Victoria is the lead singer of this band, but
he may be writing as some sort of biographer. I need to hear more.
Victoria was not born before 1891, Christopher.
We don't know. It could be a descendant. Let's see what's going on here.
All right. There in the shadows, she spotted a vendor called Spinning Silk for Parasites. The name intrigued her, and she felt compelled to buy something so she could brag about it tomorrow with her friends. Cautious about touching anything, since the rumor was even touching an object could transform or ruin one's life, she chuckled at the notion, but kept her hands in her pockets regardless. As she admired the jewelry and the voodoo items, nothing captured her attention until she reached the clothing section. There she saw the most beautiful shirt she had ever laid eyes on. She couldn't resist. She pulled her hands from her pockets and touched the fabric, sending shivers down her arms. The price didn't matter to her. She had to have it. The next day, when she met up with her friends for lunch, they were impressed by the new shirt and bombarded her with questions, but she brushed them off, rambling instead. Did you know my neighbor Dorian?
Nice.
Dorian, has shallow yellow eyes because he takes morphine every night. The once a month he joins a human zoo where people are displayed for the amusement of others. He is an ugly thing, I tell you. What about your new shirt, Victoria? I love Dave. I should bring him on here.
This is fucking great, dude.
Yeah. Do you get it? Did you get it at the night market last night? One of them asked. The Salty Pig restaurant serves radium beer after hours. These morons don't believe in dangers of radioactivity, apparently. Idiots. Are you okay, Victoria? You look flushed. Do you have the flu or a UTI? All right, Dave, come on. Page 1 is done. The mayor takes a midnight ride every Wednesday to the whorehouse where he sleeps with a woman called Moonchild. They both believe that people live on the moon, and when they die, they come back to Earth and has butterflies. How did the people elect the goofball as a mayor? Victoria, you shouldn't be spreading these rumors. They could get you killed. Okay, all right. The mob believes in the Charles River is filled with electricity after a lightning storm. If they bathe in it, they will be protecting themselves from bullets. How stupid is that? Somebody take her home. She's obviously ill. A week passed and Victoria remained unchanged. She wandered through the streets and pubs, voicing her gossip. I like this. I like that. Yeah. See, Dave, you're so smart. Horse manure is being added to the stews in many sweatshops when they run out of meat, making children and adults ill. Once they get sick, they are kidnapped and never returned. After the trolleys stop running, the homeless often go inside them to jerk off or urinate. Henry, the owner of the general store, believes the earth is hollow and inhabited by advanced civilizations. Every night you can hear him talking into the local well, believing he was talking to aliens. What a jackass. A month later, Victoria became the talk of Boston. She set up her own table across from Spinning Silk for Parasites, charging $1 for people to listen to her share dubious tales. At the very least, it was providing great entertainment. She was still wearing the same stunning shirt she purchased months ago. She noticed that when she took it off to shower, she felt like her normal self again, but when she wore it, she became a gossip-fueled zombie.
Mm-hmm.
A week later, she was arrested for false claims. While in jail, she exclaimed, "The police chief wears his wife's clothes every Sunday night." When the police chief heard this, he lost his temper and threatened Victoria with more prison time. But it was too late. Soon, everyone in the prison was laughing at the police chief, leading him to beat the inmates until he exhausted himself. The chief,
jeez, dude.
Yeah. The chief quickly released Victoria to prevent her from revealing more gossip about him. While all the debauchery and scandals in Boston, no one was safe from Victoria's gossiping ways. She would ruin everyone in her path and watch Boston burn through the sheer of volume hearsay. Despite her love for the city, she felt trapped in a vicious cycle and couldn't bring herself to wear anything other than that shirt. The evil garment seemed to control her body and mind. Wow. One day, a customer asked her what she thought of Spinning Silk for Parasites. She liked the vendor since her table was across the street from them. They had lunch together daily but couldn't help but spout, "They sell shirts with a voodoo collar, and it makes you gossip endlessly."
Oh, my God. That's my ASMR.
That's when she realized it was her gossip collar wreaking havoc upon Boston. Furious, she stormed over to Spinning Silk for Parasites, shouting, "This shirt with its gossip collar is destroying Boston. You knew this all along. How could you let this happen?" The vendor replied, "The collar acts as a truth serum, exposing the disgusting things humans do." Victoria wondered if she was a witch of some kind or of a demon. Knowing that the shirt had the power to force her to put it back on, she took the scissors and started cutting it up while she was wearing it and then set it on fire. "I love Boston too much to let gossip destroy it. We need white lies and a bit of privacy. Or society will go mad with the truth." Again,
that's great.
Again, Dave is very, very clever.
This is awesome.
With his storytelling. Okay. A week later, Victoria returned to her shop to close it down with no more gossip to share. She had nothing to offer. The vendor approached her and said, "Take these musical instruments. They are magical like the shirt, but will only make you wonderful musicians without causing division or strife like the shirt did." Needing a job, Victoria considered the offer for a moment and accepted. A month later, she formed a band called Gossip Collar, and her lyrics were based on all of the gossip she had once told. This story was inspired by the back cover of the album that says "Midnight Ride," based on lyrics collected by the Reverend Sabine Baring Gold. I don't know. I probably butchered that name. Songs of the West, 1891. Okay, so he read something on the. See, that's what I'm saying. Like, that's what I like Dave. Like he runs stories and yeah. Now for the review. Wow, this is the longest review I've had from him in a while. And the shortest story and the longest review we've had from Dave.
Wow, here we go.
All right, now for the review. I was thrilled to see on the readout the Gossip Collar consists of former members of Boston's The Showcase Showdown. I was a huge fan of the Showcase Showdown back in the 90s, so I was immediately filled with joy upon seeing this. And I hadn't even listened to the record yet. When I finally put on the album, I found more good news. Gossip Collar plays goth post-punk excellently. My wife grew up listening to goth music, and I went to a Sisters of Mercy concert with her last year, so I'm open-minded about the genre. Listening to Gossip Collar's take, I was impressed. Some songs remind me of my wife's favorite goth band, The Cure. As I write this review, I'm wearing a all black as a tribute to the genre. I'm still learning about it. If I had any complaints, it would be the lack of lyric sheets or lyrics being available online. I knew that was coming.
Yeah.
I will continue to emphasize this until 100% of bands include their lyrics. Bands take note. Listeners can connect with music better when the lyrics are available. If you're embarrassed by your lyrics, then write better ones. I don't think that's the key. I think that's
It's a cost. There is a cost involved.
There's a cost to this, Dave. What if you?
But it doesn't cost much to put it online for free.
Dave, I have a proposal for you.
Because you can add it to your Bandcamp to the songs.
Dave,
you can add the lyrics.
Dave, you want 100% of the bands. just 100% of the band that have lyric sheets. How about you pay for that for 100% of the bands, and they will put them in them just for you?
That's amazing, dude.
That's a good compromise. All right.
That's awesome.
I love this album artwork. The cover features a lady holding a candle, but her head is obscured. The title track, Midnight Rider, has a line that asks, "What do we? Why? Wow, my eyes are playing tricks. Why does he have no head? The artwork fits it perfectly." Okay. So call this album as dark wave, new wave, dark wave, post-punk, poppy post-punk, synth goth punk, classic goth, classic post-punk, goth, classic post-punk goth, but make sure you call it a damn good album. All right. There we go.
Nice.
Dave, you did it again, buddy. You did it again.
Very nice, dude.
Yeah. That was a long review.
That was a cool story, too, dude.
It was a cool story in a long review.
Yeah, man.
I'm hearing myself now because you turned off that damn thing.
I didn't do anything. It just wasn't set when I came back.
That's okay. Oh, man. Oh, I'm choking. All right. Tell me your thoughts while I cough.
My thoughts on this album. Immediately dug it as soon as the synth was kicking in and that dancey like he's like Dave gave it that post punk, right? I like to take those subgenres and chop them up and put them all together. I don't follow a specific term, but yes, it's very dark wave pop, post-punk, not even pop, it's literally goth punk. You know what I mean? With that new wave, cold wave, whatever they call it, dark wave sound. Very dancey. I'll tell you what, though, like 40 seconds into it, I pulled it up on Bandcamp and bought the digital copy just so I have a digital copy to listen to on my phone when I'm driving. dude, it's so good. It's so nice.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's got this, it's just got this retro feel to it. When he said The Cure, you could definitely hear that. A lot of The Cure, a lot of like New Order, that style of that, you know, kind of Euro goth feel that came over, and it's obviously it's nowadays, right? It's modern times, but they still have that sound with a slight modern kind of feel to it, and it's dark. That's what I love too, is like this, every song on this album can be used for a horror movie or for a Halloween playlist. It's so good.
Yes.
Love it.
Yeah. Good stuff.
Absolutely love it.
It's really good stuff. And you know,
and you can hear the instruments, like you can hear the guitar and the like, that just that kind of driven sound and the drumming. Even though there's some electronic as well, it's like you can hear the physical instruments, and so that's why I say there's definitely a post-punk to this.
Yeah. So when I had them on the podcast, they said it was very minimal with the synth. Like a lot of that sound, a lot of that synthy sound came from
with the guitar. Yeah, beautiful.
Yeah. So look, they're punk rockers. They've always been punk rockers, and they're trying something new. What's more punk rock than that? You know what I mean?
Love it, dude. Like, I love it.
I loved this album a lot. And again, this was one where I was like, maybe people might not like it, but I think, you know, I haven't gotten any complaints, you know? So I was just like, I was putting it in regardless. I'm not gonna lie. Like, you know, this is how I want to expand people's minds when they think of the word punk, and this is a perfect example of that.
Yeah.
I think this band is phenomenal. I cannot wait to catch them live. They just keep putting on shows on days that I'm working, so I can't make it. But like,
do they tour, dude, or they just stay in your area?
Not yet. They're just kind of locally right now, and like you know, I think if they had the opportunity, they would. But I mean, you know, when I talked to them, like they were all like, you know, we all have jobs and stuff. Like this is like a passion thing, and they make music because that's what they do. Right? They have to make music, right? And it all started with like Victoria just wanted some music to dance to, so they started messing with things, and then you know, and then it just kind of became this band. Like it was
that's
just
amazing.
Two people at first, you know. So I'm a big fan of it.
Yeah, I think it's great, dude. I think it's great.
I think so. Yeah,
knocked out of the park, bro.
Thanks, man. You know, and again, like this record club is more than just finding punk bands. Like it's about expanding what you think punk could be. And it's like, so I'm not going to just I'm going to find the bands from all over the place, and they're going to have different sounds, and that.
Yeah.
And
but after a while, if you just stick with Midwest emo, you know, then it's going to, or, you know, SoCal's pop punk, then it's like, you got to broaden it. You don't want every band to sound the exact same.
Exactly.
No, I'm all about that, dude. Trust me.
Hey, like I love NoFX. I love Rancid.
Yeah,
they're already bands. You know, we don't need a bunch of bands that sound like them.
Right.
Do your thing. Do whatever you want, and let's listen.
If it's good, it's good too.
Yeah, exactly.
There's to it.
Exactly, and like I don't know. You know, the Showcase Showdown was a band that was like really, really big out here. You know what I mean?
Never heard of them.
People loved them, and so like to hear them do something different. It's and they didn't take the route as like a lot of punk rockers who go to, and there's nothing. I'm not digging on anybody, but like they didn't take the route of let's make some folk music now. You know what I'm saying? Like punk rockers who go to like the country, the kind of twangy stuff, they went in a complete different direction. Yeah. And I love it.
A direction you don't typically see. Yeah.
Yeah, this album is one of the most original sounding things I've ever heard. Like, and knowing their resume, like, holy shit, it makes it even better. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, like I said, you know, sometimes I get a little worried about what I'm sending because I know not everyone's gonna have the same, you know, palette as me. You know, because my palette ranges so much. But I felt like I'm like, this is gonna be good. You know,
I think so.
I know Russ checked it out. He liked it. You know what I mean? Like I sent, like he's part of the club. So like, you know, we don't always get, we haven't gotten a review from Ryan in a while. Ryan, if you're listening to this, we missed your reviews, buddy. We hope you're doing well. Send us some reviews, you know.
Whatever Trev said to make you mad, just pretend it didn't happen.
Oh yeah. I'm gonna shout out Ryan actually because he sent me. He went and saw the Drowns, right? And
Nice.
the Drowns reissued. They did a second pressing of View from the Bottom, their first album. They did it with Pirates Press this time, and they added 2 songs to it.
Oh,
So
nice.
Ryan went to saw the Drowns, and then he had them sign a record, and they sent it to me. And I really appreciate Ryan for doing that. That was an awesome, that was a nice thing he did. So yeah, so that's where we're at, folks. Just
Sweet.
Water. Sweet water, yeah. I don't know. That's something else. Never mind. Yeah. So anyway, join the record club, strugglingartistrecordclub.com. See what we have. There's an archive there. You can see what I put out before, like what we've used in the club before. It is a very big variety.
Yeah.
If you're like, I'm not just like, if you're like, I kind of like punk, like just go and look. It's not just like, there's a lot of punk adjacent.
At the end of the day, you're getting good music.
Yeah, you absolutely are. And I've got some really, I'm not going to lie, I'm going to tease this right now. I have really good stuff lined up for this spring.
Nice.
Yeah, like I am pumped for some of the records coming this spring.
Heck yeah, dude.
And they're all like stuff that's coming out, and then we're going to have it within 25 days of it coming out too. So
sweet, dude.
Yeah, so I'm pumped. I am pumped. I love that we do this. I love that we get to do the recap, and I didn't see. Maybe there were some more like social media reviews, and I just didn't see them because I don't. I know how algorithms work. We don't. know.
Yeah. They suck.
That's fine. It could be just me here, like last month, because someone left me hanging, and so we'll just anyway. Yeah, join the record club, guys. Come on over.
Do it.
Join it.
Do
Chris,
it.
remember, he'll tell you it's good.
Oh, hell yeah, dude. Yeah, it's good.
Plus, you get goodies, and I don't know if I've mentioned this, but there's a secret website for the record club. It's for members only. And they get like, I'll post all the readouts out there in case they want to print them out if they lost theirs, or sometimes the bands or musicians that we use we'll write letters and we'll post them there so people can have them.
Nice.
Sometimes we get like EPKs and stuff like that we can put up there as well. So
nice.
This I try to do what the thing is this, like if you're a member of my record club, like I want you to feel like you're a member of something special. So we do these things. Like I'll buy another run of 7-inch records and I'll throw them in there with everybody so they can have 2 records, stuff like that.
Nice.
I'm just out here.
Out here doing your thing.
Just doing the best I can, man. Just doing the
Nice.
best I can. But I digress. Let's get out of here. Thank you, everyone, all the members of the record club. Thank you, Dave, for always writing a review. Thanks, Chris, for doing this with me, even on short notice. And, join the record club.
Do it.
See ya.